My name is Deidre Lane and I'm the People Strategies Director at SIEC. When we go into high schools, we want to talk to kids about tech. By the time they get into the university, or even into grade 12, they've already probably chosen the career path. We like to go into grade 11 and 12 and start talking about secondary education. And so for us, we talk about tech because going into tech, everybody used to think it would be you'd be sitting in a basement and you'd be by yourself and it was like the uncool place to be. Now tech has become such a hot topic. It doesn't matter if you're going in as a computer programmer or into any other career, whether you're a gym teacher or a dentist, you have to understand tech. So when you choose tech in your first year of university, that doesn't even necessarily mean you have to be going into computer science. What it means is you have to take an interest in tech so we can allow the tech community to flourish. And so hopefully that will then find more career paths. We have to start talking to parents. Those children need to start talking to their parents about their post-secondary education instead of going into the traditional zones. So you could be going into a computer science degree and you might end up being an account manager. You could go in to be a dentist and you might end up in computer science. For us, what is most important is to start talking about tech. So it's so important for us that high school students understand tech. It isn't on the top of the list. You have doctor, lawyer, engineer, teacher, the basic thinking, but going into tech is something in the last 5 years we've been able to open the doors up. It's something we're really proud of. And so for high school kids, what we want to say is not go be a computer science major. We say start taking some tech classes and kind of see where it leads. Once you start getting in there, you might understand that you might like math, you might like critical thinking, you might like paths within the tech sector, which is so important to us in Saskatoon to evolve, as well as the rest of the tech community in the country. The high schools in Saskatoon are doing an amazing job of getting just technology within their classroom. Aiden Bowman has a great tech program that does allow you to really get your feet wet into tech, and that's computer science directed. However, they also have opportunities for Photoshop. They have opportunities for tech in the arts. So maybe it's not just getting in and programming, maybe it's drawing, and then they understand how to turn that into a digital asset. Maybe it's photography and they understand how to work the tech on that. So where I'm saying you don't have to be at a computer programming, if they understand tech a little bit more, and that could simply be by using Google Sheets, understanding their way around documentation within a computer, understanding how a physical iPad works. It all starts with the hardware, not the software. So if they understand going up to a computer and knowing what to do and that first roadblock is done, then they're at the next step. So SIEC runs a robotics program and that starts in elementary school. Once we can start educating children and removing roadblocks in their knowledge, they become more comfortable with it. And so if we're talking about getting kids and their feet wet, I think it starts even before that. SIEC is doing an amazing job of that. They're thinking ahead of the game before anybody else has. And I think that that's allowed children, as well as teenagers who turn into adults, to understand that tech is part of our world and part of our life. And so that in itself removes barriers, allowing them to understand that they can go even further in tech. So hopefully by the time they get to university, it's just a second thought to them. You know, there are very amazing traditional careers. This is a very non-traditional, amazing career. This career is legitimately anything you want it to be. The amount of control you have in this career with a university degree, I would think is without boundaries in my head. If you go into computer science, you can be a computer programmer. You could also go into design and you could be a designer. You could go into business, and if you understand tech, you could run the business side of a tech company. With that, it's endless. So we have our tech lead, who has a computer science degree. He runs so much business within our organization. I'm in people strategies, so I run the HR and the operations. With that, it allows me to just understand tech a little bit more. But when you come in the other side and you're understanding tech from a different angle, the boundaries are, what I mean about boundaries is you can be in the computer science programming and you can be at a desk with a team. You can be talking to other clients. You can be talking with me on HR and career pathing with other people. So whatever you want your job to be with a tech background is 100% possible. Unfortunately, you can make amazing money in tech right now. For me specifically, it gives us a little bit of a struggle. The competition is fierce right now. You can double your income 5 years out of university if you want to. With that, it takes so much drive. You have to be motivated. It's just like being an accountant. It's constantly changing, the rules are changing, the people you're working around are changing. You have to have a people aspect so that you can work with teams. People will want you. The only other thing I could assimilate it to would be a hockey team. You can be the best hockey player in the world, but if nobody wants you on their team because you're a jerk, you're out. The game is over. So I think that as much as the technology is important, working with people is crucial. And if you can combine them and find a sweet spot, you can make money. You can have the best career path in the world.